Yo, what's going on, y'all? You already know what it is. This is Tune in Sports. I am one of many voices for Cavs fans and Cavs news. Shout out to A1 on all platforms, man. Thanks for rocking with me today. I'm just that guy giving his perspective, man. And please do not forget to push that like button for the channel, please.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing along. Come on, push the button.
Push that like button, man. But yo, what's going on, man? What's good? Let me read the comments real quick, man. I know my people's in here, man. Uh, shout out to shout out to Humble, man. Shout out to Humble in the building, man. He said Cleveland finds a new coach and Kenny Atkinson. What does Tunensports think about this hiring? Will this be enough to keep Donovan Mitchell satisfied? Find out the next time on Jaguar Z. Yeah, that's funny, man. Shout out to Humble though, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, you said I got you on the speaker when you ready. We've been listening to what you got to say while we getting busy. Oh yeah, you already know, man, for sure, man. Make sure y'all drinking some water out there, man. You know, stay hydrated. But I appreciate it though, man. Man. Get that money though. Shout out to my guy Andre 76, man. AKA DFJ Hoops, man. He said capping for a coach with one playoff win is crazy. I didn't even say anything yet, bro. I didn't. I never said anything. I didn't even say anything to Cap about Kenny Atkinson, man. I mean, you say he got one playoff win is crazy. Like what is this coming from, Andre? Like, like I don't look. I think this is a good hire. I don't think it's a great hire. I think it's a good hire. But I don't know what's the future hold, man. But trying to downplay Kenny Atkinson, that's kind of crazy. You know, that's crazy, man.
What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
Shout out to DSJ though, man. He said, "Let's go, Tony." Yeah, I got you. I got you. Shout out to Wally Brown, man. Shout out to Wally Brown. He said Bronny James going to the Raptors or Detroit Pistons. Man, I hope not. Let me not. I hope not. I don't think Detroit need Bronny James. I don't think Bronny James need Detroit, man. Hopefully he land where he gonna land at. Um, hopefully not, man. Sheesh, Detroit. Imagine that. Nah, I know I hear the Suns. Oh, the Suns gonna plan to draft him, or the Lakers gonna plan to draft him. Then you hear that Boston Celtics talking about they gonna hold him hostage, like some crazy stuff, yo. It's getting crazy, man. But the NBA draft is tomorrow, and I cannot wait for the NBA draft. I can't wait to see who the Cleveland Cavaliers do select, man. I can't wait to see all that, man, and see who go where, in general. But I can't wait, man. But shout out to Bronny James, man. I'm pretty sure he getting drafted. I'm pretty sure he getting drafted, right? We know that for sure, right? But yeah, man. But yeah, so let's talk about it though. Um, Kenny Atkinson, man. Kenny Atkinson is the Cleveland Cavaliers' new head coach. Shout out to Kenny Atkinson, man. The man who I initially said I wanted for the job, but I then switched it towards the last minute because I was convinced, with more research on Borrego. So I was like, okay, cool, okay. It don't matter. Like it really didn't matter. Like whoever it is out of this two, I was gonna be content with. It didn't matter if James Borrego got it or Kenny Atkinson got it. I was cool with both people getting it, as long as it was just these two as the finalists. But it was unexpected news. It was like random time. Like I had just like happened to get on, and I see one of my peers covering it. I'm like, oh wow. So the information that was shown recently had some truth to it. So it really was Kenny Atkinson starting to get the momentum after we thought James Borrego was the guy, right? And I had, let Let me see. I got this poll, but I like the hire. It is I think it's a good hire, right? We do not know what the future holds. We don't know what it's gonna look like once it's time to put the work in. But I think it's a good hire. But I put up a poll. Hold on one second. You said the NBA draft is not tomorrow. It's on the. Oh, I'm tripping. What today? I'm tripping, yo. It's not tomorrow. You said it's on the 28th. I'm tripping. You are you right, right? I said 20. Yeah, man. I gotta Let me see. Right? Nah. It's tomorrow. I think. You sure? Am I tripping? Hey, Andre, the draft tomorrow or it's on the 28th? I thought it was tomorrow. Hey, Andre, the draft tomorrow or it's on the 28th? I could have swore, yo, maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. You said it's not a good hire. You don't think it's a good hire, man? Yo, fact check me though. I thought the draft was tomorrow. I'm probably tripping. You said yes. You said yes. You said JB and Ack are on the same level as head coaches. Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of crazy, man. That's
Industry. You're a music artist.
Musically.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not disrespecting me. You just kicking facts. Oh, you kicking your opinion? No, listen.
I said that from the beginning.
Listen, Charlotte. Is that an opinion or is that a fact?
I would think it's a fact.
Opinion.
Is that an opinion or is that a fact, Andre? Please let me know. Please let me know. Hey, you said my bad. Yo, Wally, so is it tomorrow or is it the 28th? I thought it was tomorrow. Let me know though, man. But I put this poll up though, right? You see the poll. I put up a poll, for the people who did vote, right? A lot of people voted on this. For the most part, people do like the hire, as you can see. It's pretty 26 to 27. Yeah, I thought so, right? But I put this poll up. It's a little balanced out, but it looks like people's okay with the Kenny hire. They're okay with him getting a job over James Borrego. You got 23% still unsure. And that's fine because we really don't have no data yet. There's data, but I'm saying we really don't know what to expect from Kenny Atkinson with this Cavs team. It's fresh, it's new. I get it, right? So that's okay if you're not sure yet, right? And then you got 26% that believe that JB should have kept his job. And it's probably people who are not Cavs fans or don't have the info on what was going on behind the scenes. And that's okay. And DFJ Hoops, yo, I know you was the 1%, right? I know you was the 1% of the person who voted for JB to keep his job. I know that was you, DSJ. I know you part of that 1%, right? JB should have kept his job. I know, man. It's all good though, man. But shout out to DSJ, man. DSJ is a JB apologist. That's what he is, man. But yo, let me dive in though. I want to play this audio, so hold it down real quick for me, man. Hold it down. You said I looked it up on Google and it said for Wednesday. Okay, the NBA draft. You right, gang. Okay, thanks for clarifying it for me, man. I thought I was wrong. Thanks for fact checking it for me. But hold on, let me play this audio real quick. Hold it down real quick. Give me a second.
Cavaliers are hiring Kenny Atkinson as their next head coach. That's per multiple reports. Atkinson most recently was the assistant coach under Steve Kerr, the lead assistant there in Golden State since 2021. Prior to that, he was the head coach for the Nets for 4 years from 2016 to 2020. Atkinson will replace J.B. Bickerstaff in Cleveland, who was fired after 5 seasons as the Cavs head coach, made just 2 playoff appearances. So Kenny Atkinson, if you're wondering how he did in those 3+ seasons as the head coach with the Nets, resigned back in that 2019-2020 season as the team went through a lot of injuries, made the playoffs in 2018, 2019, and started the job in full rebuild mode. And now Atkinson takes his talents over to Cleveland, saying bye-bye to Golden State. We're now bringing our NBA expert, Tim Doyle. And Tim, another domino falls here in the head coaching position in the NBA ranks. Kenny Atkinson to the Cavs. How do you feel about that one? Yay or nay?
Yeah, I feel bad for J.B. Bickerstaff. Guy won 48 games last year, and he had his 2 best players, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, miss combined each 30% of the season. Guy got to the playoffs, won a game in Boston, 2 in a series that Donovan Mitchell ended up getting hurt in. All right, so he's no longer the coach. You're bringing Kenny Atkinson. I've known Kenny Atkinson since the day I was born. All right, he's a Long Island guy, went to St. Anthony, ended up at Richmond, and led a big upset in the NCAA tournament, played against him in the Summer League. I think he's an amazing basketball talent. Now, recently he's been an assistant with the Golden State Warriors, and I think that's very interesting because I think Draymond Green, at this point in his career, way the dominoes may fall out in San Francisco, if Clay moves on, if they start trending in the wrong direction, and let's just say that thing gets blown up, Draymond Green has Midwest ties. The Cleveland Cavaliers, huge if, they retain Donovan Mitchell, they're young, they're talented, they're heading in this direction, okay? Not in this direction. So, obviously the relationship Kenny could have with Draymond Green, but I think the bigger thing is, Zach, the LA Lakers draft number 17 in the NBA draft. Cleveland drafts number 20. Do they go out there and take Bronny James at number 20? Because then if you grab Bronny, maybe the king wants to come on home and then he leaves his boy JJ out in LA. Oh, so many storylines. The NBA sometimes, Zach, is juicier off the court than it actually is on the court.
There's so many ways I could go from here next with all the different pieces that you left for me with that answer, but I want to go back first to Donovan Mitchell because clearly he is the star of this Cavs team right now. Played, I believe, just 55 games this past season. He's up for an extension, has just 1 year left on his deal before he could opt out if he wants to. The Cavs, of course, want to bring him back. Does Kenny Atkinson, being the head coach of the Cavs, does that maybe sway Donovan to want to stay in Cleveland?
Yes, because how deep is Kenny Atkinson's relationships with 2 other key Cleveland Cavalier players? Let's go back to Kenny Atkinson when he was on the Brooklyn Nets. Who did he draft? Jarrett Allen? Yeah, he did. Karis LeVert? Yeah, he did. Do those 2 guys really like him? I'm sure they do. They wouldn't have hired Kenny Atkinson. Both those guys were like, oh, God, we can't stand him. So he believed in those 2 guys. So now it becomes Karis LeVert's job, Jarrett Allen's job, to keep Donovan Mitchell here. Oh, by the way, D'Angelo Russell, the often criticized left-hander for the Los Angeles Lakers, made an all-star team 1 year. Guess who his coach was? Kenny Atkinson. And I think Donovan Mitchell legit needs to be in the MVP conversation for what he has done with Cleveland since he has gone there. He has elevated them to one of the top 5 or 6 teams in the Eastern Conference. So, you know, if you're like a ring chaser right now, and that's why I brought up Draymond Green, because that's probably where he is at this point in his career. He's made a ton of money. It's about winning. This is a roster that's pretty good. Now, you got to move to Cleveland, which isn't as fun as Los Angeles or Miami. But Kenny Atkinson seems to be a perfect fit. Guy got D'Angelo Russell to be an all-star. It's up to Karis LeVert and Jarrett Allen to keep Donovan Mitchell there. If they keep Donovan Mitchell there, they're not that far away. They go grab one key free agent. They're not that far away from competing to go in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, you got to figure if they do re-sign Donovan Mitchell, then we'll wait to see what happens with Darius Garland, because those reports out there, maybe if the 2 of them can coexist and if Darius Garland wants to stick playing with Donovan Mitchell. But Kenny Atkinson, just 2 years ago, we were talking about him when he took the head coaching job for the Hornets, only to then say no. What makes you think that this one now will have the staying power for Atkinson to actually leave Golden State and become the head coach?
Yeah, I mean, you said the Hornets, right? I mean, like I think you just woke up one day and went, wait, I'm the head coach of the Hornets? This ain't a good spot. I mean, they were probably going through, management issues. Jordan ended up selling the team. If you don't know who Jordan is, it's Michael Jordan. So Kenny's a very well-respected mind. And obviously, Steve Kerr's won multiple championships. He's considered one of the greatest NBA coaches of all time. And he had Kenny Atkinson sitting by him side by side over the last couple of years. So I think Kenny's a great basketball mind. When he got to Brooklyn, it was a disaster. He gets them into the playoffs. They bring Kyrie in. Kyrie doesn't like him. He's fired. So that's the NBA. I think for Kenny Atkinson to say no to an NBA job just tells you what type of JU ice juice he has in NBA circles, that he goes out there and gets even a better job of a team that went to the playoffs last year. So he's in a pretty good spot. As you said, there's a lot of pieces that may fall. If you lose Donovan Mitchell, I don't believe that you're no longer a contender to win the Eastern Conference. But they went to Boston. They won a game early in the series. It was 1-1 against the Celtics, one of the greatest teams statistically in the history of the NBA. So if you're a Cleveland fan right now, I'd be pretty excited. But now you need your front office to go to work and keep those pieces in place.
Yeah, certainly some pieces, if they are in place, that can make you intrigued and excited for the future of Cleveland, as, like you say, might be trending upwards instead of downwards. Tim Doyle, thank you so much for joining us in the conversation.
You said Bronny got to go undrafted?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Come on, Dre. What we doing, man? What we doing, Andre? Nah, Bronny good, man. Bronny's, it's a second round, right? He's a second rounder. Now, if he go in the first round, hey, shout out to Bronny, man. But yeah, come on, undrafted, man. Come on. This draft, it's not heavy like that to be even saying Bronny should go undrafted, man. Come on. Second round, yeah, man. Yeah, I say second round. You crazy, man. But nah, this, after listen to that, man, they gotta stop, I'm tired of people making the Cavs look like the bad guys for letting JB go, man. You got a lot of people making it seem like the Cavs lost, right? It's the Cavs lost. JB did everything for the franchise. That's what it seemed like. Like, I see it like it's a business, dog. Like, coaches come and go, just like players come and go. They let us say, oh, he got the Cavs to the playoffs. He got them to this for the first time. But it's a team game. You keep forgetting like who's on his team also, right? Oh, okay, yeah. He got them out the first round. He got them out their first round for the first time, blah, 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 since such and such, right? Okay. But they leave out the parts what happened in that first round, that it took them the 7 games, right, to win, right? And that is an accomplishment, right? But it took them 7 games. Those games you can't erase that happen on the road. Like, those things happen also. Him playing certain people and not making adjustments right away. Like, it happened, right? But they make it seem like the Cavs are the bad people, for firing JB, man. Like, the Cavaliers are wrong for what they did. We know why JB had to get fired. I mean, I don't want to have to keep repeating the same thing that we already know. But it is what it is, man. It's nothing you can do about it, man. Shout out to JB. Hope he bounced back. But we know why JB got fired. But the media and other people on the outside looking in want to make it seem like the Cavaliers is wrong for what they did, man. Because I get it. Another, black coach got fired. Another person got fired. I get it. But that's just what it is, bro. It's a business. But just tired of that, though. But, yeah. So, it is what it is, right? And that series with the Orlando Magic could have went. Realistically, the Cavs, they pulled through. But, it could have went either way. I saw, it could have went either way, honestly. Like, let's be real. That was a tough series. That was a tough series. I'm not going to lie. I had my peoples pull up saying that we was going to lose in 7. And he was kind of spot on with how the series was going to go. I said 6. He says the Magic gonna win a 7, but the Cavs end up pulling away because the Cavs had home court advantage. That mattered, but I give JB credit for what he done during the season, but like let's not give him a bunch of credit. Like that's what I feel like they trying to do, right? They're trying to paint Cavs at the bad people. But the Orlando series was a tough series. Yeah, JB was the head coach. Yeah, we got the first round. But let's not forget, we also had a guy named Donovan Mitchell who put up historic performances in that first round of the NBA playoffs.
Whew. If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say.
Let's not forget that, yo. And also, he said, Jarrett Allen carries LeVert's job. It's not Jarrett Allen's job. It's not his job. It's the Cavs front office and ownership job to make sure Donovan is happy. I know he says Jarrett Allen's job to make sure Donovan is happy. I didn't get what he was trying to say there. Maybe I misinterpret what he was trying to say. And then I know he didn't say in the audio. I know he did not say. He said that the Draymond Green could end up going to the Cavaliers. Did he say that? He said he's seen Draymond. If Draymond want a ring chase, he should join the Cavaliers. Like what? Like I don't like that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Draymond, I feel like is on that list, right? He's on that same list as Dylan Brooks, bro. Like after what happened with Donovan Mitchell earlier in the season, and them getting into it, I'm sure Donovan don't want nothing to do with that, man. I'm sure, right? And why would the Cavs want to do that, right? And I ain't gonna lie, Draymond Green, he's solid. Like he will bring a different type of energy, but he also is a liability. Like why would the Cavs want a man who's a liability, right? Why would they want that? We have enough quote unquote liabilities on this team. We don't need no more. Like, and with Draymond Green, like I don't know what his mental at also, right? First of all, I'm not even signing off on this. I wouldn't even want him over here, but Draymond was just about to retire a few months ago. Was he not? Come on, man. Yeah, keep Draymond over there, man. He was tripping, yo. He's tripping with that though, man. But what's it called? Kenny Atkinson, welcome, man. Welcome. Welcome. I know it's a lot of people not too sure about the hire, man. But again, I think it's a good hire, man. I don't see nothing wrong with it. It is some question marks, that is there, but you said I agree on that. But what you agree on the Bronny thing? You agree on a Bronny thing, Wally? That's what you said. You said you agree on the Bronny thing, like. Oh yeah, but he also said that, right? He said the Cavaliers. He said the Cavaliers should take Bronny, right? He said, I'm trying to remember what he said. He said, what he said? He said the LeBron thing. Yeah, he said the Cavs should take Bronny and try to get LeBron back, something like that, right? He wants us to take Bronny with the 20th pick in the first round. He said draft Bronny with the 20th pick in the first round. Yeah. This man did a line. He did a line.
Stay off the weed. Duh.
He said draft Bronny in the first round with the 20th pick. Nah, man. Like I said before, right? You gotta be delusional if you think the Cavs are gonna waste their first round pick on someone who's really projected to go second round. Andre think undrafted. He could be trolling, but but yeah, like nah, that's not gonna happen. And it might be a team, it might be a crazy team out there that might take that chance on Bronny, to hope his dad will probably come to their team or whatever the case might be. But Rich Paul already made it clear about like who he's working out with, and I don't think he worked out for many teams. I think he only worked out for. I could be wrong. I think he only worked out for 2 teams, but he made it clear. Rich Paul, his reps made it clear. he's doing this, he only doing that, and he's not doing no two-way deals. So I mean, I don't know. And for the record, man, I don't think LeBron is coming back. I understand that a lot of people, or some people, want LeBron to come back, and they feel like a window is open, and they feel like one day they could see this. They feel like this season, this all season, this could happen, right? And I don't see that. I see like LeBron to me is staying in LA, man. They just hired JJ Redick. I know there are teams hoping he might come to their team. And it's good for content. So by any means, get your content. Won't hate on that, right? It's definitely good for content. But as for the Cavs, I don't see him coming back. He's not coming back this year. So it's like we got to stop being desperate about it, right? And I don't even want to say desperate, but just got to stop hoping for this, right? Like, I don't see it happening, man. Like, he clearly is staying in LA, man, unless something random, like he just shocked us and go somewhere, like, I don't know. But yeah, let LeBron do his thing in LA, man. Maybe he come back before he retire, man, if he's still playing. But we got a new group of guys like that's trying to bring another banner, to Cleveland. So I'm not going to do the whole, Bron talk, man. But I get it though. I definitely get it. But nah, man, I'm good on that, man. I mean, y'all could, yeah. If y'all want to talk about Bron, y'all could, but it's not reality. That's how I feel. It's not really reality. So I'd rather speak reality, if anything. But let me see. Hold on, give me 1 second, man. Damn, they love they. This guy say drag Bronny. He might bring LeBron back. Like, it's crazy. He said, damn, pardon me. He said, but I'm really looking forward to Emoni, and I wish he bench pressed 5 7 weeks and he keep playing basketball in the gym. But I'm really worried about next season. Excuse me. Why you worried about next season for him? I think Imani's straight. I think Imani gonna be good, man. As long as he keep on putting the work in, man. He looks like he excited for next season. He's continuing to be in the gym. I see him doing his little, workout and lifting in the gym. But hopefully he get an opportunity next season. We'll see what happens. You said I do not want to see him in the G League next season. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. Imani, you don't want to see him in the G League next season. Um, I don't know, man. We gotta wait and see what happened, man. Who's on this roster? I mean, I heard Gilbert Arenas said some crazy stuff. I don't know if he posted that yesterday, but he basically said the Cavaliers were stupid. He called the Cavs a stupid organization, basically saying they don't know what they're doing because they was talking about how they was comparing Imani based to Bronny James, saying who's better or something like that, and they were saying how Imani should be playing right now over over these guys. Cavaliers don't know what they doing. They wasting Imani talent and stuff like that. And he was just saying a lot of crazy things. I was just like, oh, that's just Gilbert and them. That's how they talk. So I didn't take it too serious from Gilbert and the company, Gilbert and his crew. And I ain't take it too serious from Brandon, and them guys. They do that, right? But they just said the Cavs are stupid, wasting Imani time. Imani should be starting and stuff like they just said a bunch of things. I'm like, bro, Imani Bates. First of all, he will get his time to shine, but he is on a roster with other talented guys, right? And he's still learning, right? Like it's just crazy, man. If I had it, I'd play it, but I'll probably, find it next time. But they were just saying all that on the podcast, and I was just like, yeah, they crazy for that. Like the cat's stupid for not playing any money. Okay. Whatever you say, Gilbert and Brandon and shout out to them though. Shout out to the little show. Shout out to their podcast. Um you said Bruce said Duke gonna try to run the offense of the Warriors without the Warriors offense, Curry. It was good, Bruce. Hey, I like hey Bruce, I'm okay with the hire, man. Kenny is a type of guy. He definitely I heard him say it. He definitely takes from what he learned from everybody, right? He even, called, I'm pretty sure, right? With Steve Kerr thing, man. You said I am 1000% a big effing fan. Yeah. Oh yeah. I got you for sure. Yeah, everybody like Imani, bro. Shout out to Imani Bates, man. I hope he kill it next season, man. I really do. I hope he gets shine. Shout out to literally no one. Shout out to literally no one, man. What's good? What's good? Shout out to no one. He said especially if Rich wants Garland out. I don't know if he will push Bronny to Cleveland. Oh yeah, right. Rich want right. Rich trying to get Garland out of here, and he trying to get Bronny to get drafted by this team and not take a 2-way contract. Rich Paul is trying to work over there, man. But for the looks of it look like DG staying for now, like, whatever though. He said, like all the Heat fans with Donovan, they are being delusional, unrealistic. Yeah, yo, bro, like I see my guy Andre, man, has sent me something, man, talking about some what they said, Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson for Donovan Mitchell or something like that, man. It's gonna give us like some picks from Philly or something like that. I forgot. But yeah, man, Heat fans are Heat fans are delusional, man. They are. They can be delusional. But I get it. I get, when they feel like they can win every year. You gotta get them respect for the coach that they got over there, doing more or less. But as far as the Donovan thing go, man, just let it go, bro. Like Donovan is staying. I don't even have to waste energy on that, right? We just gotta wait and see, if he signed the extension. But it's pointing to the direction he's staying. So whatever. But let them be delusional and unrealistic, man. It's all good. Definitely all good, man. He said he got that pain PTSD. he said go Hawks. Shout out to Thomas, man. Shout out to Thomas, talented, man. Yeah, go Hawks, man. Y'all got the number one pick, right? I want to see what y'all do with that number one pick, man. Get Trae Young up out of there. Make sure y'all get Trae Young out of there, man. Let the youngin go, man. Let him go to San Antonio somewhere, man. Wembanyama need a point guard, man. Let Young get up out of there. You said Atkinson is a development coach, so Emoni's was about to go crazy. He's player development. Yeah. I want to see what he does with Evan Mobley, Emoni Bates. He's definitely going to try to maximize these guys. I really believe it. He's gonna do, he's gonna push these guys. I really believe that. That's the type of guy he is. You said Bruce is a Curry apologist. He is. He definitely a Curry apologist, man. He said shots fired. Bruce is a Curry apologist, man. he said, what up? Andre said, not all the time, but I am MJ Kawhi apologist too. Those are my three guys. Yeah, and Thomas is a T man apologist. Yeah, man. Wavy G, what's good, Wavy G? What's up, man? I see. Look, I see you got that championship, man. What's good though? Shout out to Wavy G, man. You said place in the world F Sharife Cooper. Oh, Sharife Cooper could play next season, or he's done in the NBA. What do you think, man? Honestly, man, I didn't forgot about Sharife, man. He's good. He deserved to be on a roster, man. He really is talented to be on a roster. I know they bring up his size sometime, man, but he definitely was killing with us, man. He was killing in the summer league, killing in the G League with the Cavs. But damn, man, I don't know, man. I mean, he's still young, bro. Sharif's still young. She's only like 22, 23, man. So, hopefully he's able to, be on the. I was hoping the Cavs would have tried to give him a chance, but it is what it is. Hopefully if it ain't the Cavs, it's somewhere, man. 'Cause I know we got enough guards on this roster, but hopefully, he bounced back somewhere, man. Him and his sisters is not really playing in a league like the NBA and WNBA and stuff like that, man. Shout out to Tia Cooper also. Um, he said, "Why y'all picking on Bruce?" Nah, we ain't picking on Bruce. I'm just piggybacking off him, man. For sure, salute, man. Shout out to Wavy G though, man. Shout out to Wavy G. You said T-Man shines. He don't do nothing to apologize for. Oh, okay, all right. I mean, all right, all right. Oh, hey, oh yeah, here you go. He trying to start. Let me get back to our song. He trying to start something up. I know what the talk been lately. It's just Jordan inflated steals and blocks. Oh man, yeah, Bruce, explain that. Let me not get into that, man. Let me not get into that, man. But nah, let me play this let me play this clip from Jarrett Allen, y'all. Let me get to the Jarrett Allen clip real quick about Kenny Atkinson.
We just had this vibe about us where we were just going out and playing, having fun. I mean, there's this clip of us just shooting threes. Everybody's dancing on the sideline. We're having the time of our lives. We're the best team, no, but we were enjoying ourselves and playing hard and winning.
Kenny, when him and Sean Marks took that job over, it was like an impossible situation because of the lack of assets that had gone away. The roster wasn't great as it was, and so they built this culture. Being there in the early stages of that with Kenny, what were some key takeaways for you in terms of the development of not only just the skill sets of the players, but developing a culture?
Just having everybody buy in. When you get teams like that where the future is iffy, you don't know where you're going to go. I mean, I feel like it's easy to just go your own way and hope to get traded or, sign somewhere else in free agency. But I genuinely believe that we were all bought into Kenny and his system and just trying to make things work with what we had. And it was easy for me, at least, to do it. It seemed like everybody was buying in, having fun, willing to get better for the team we had.
To go from those sort of 2 years, and again, this is not a sort of knock on DeAndre at all because he's a close friend, where you feel like you're growing, and then they come in and they sign DeAndre, and he was starting for I think most of that year, if I'm not mistaken. For you, just the adjustment of being in that culture and then those free agents coming in, and all of a sudden there's a whole new set of expectations.
I mean, that was a big shift. We went from barely making the playoffs to now having two superstars, KD and Kyrie, on the team. And then DeAndre Jordan comes in to take the starting spot. Like you said, nothing bad for DeAndre. I'm still, after every game, go up to hug him. Great guy. It was just a big shift for me. That's something I never had the experience before, but I was able to make it through. That's the best way I could put it.
So Jarrett Allen basically, he said a lot, in 2 minutes, but so we know Kenny Atkinson is familiar with Cass LeVert and Jarrett Allen. Those are, his guys. He picked Jarrett Allen, right? We know he didn't get his fair shake in Brooklyn with the two stars that did arrive. Shout out to Kyrie, man. But Kyrie and KD coming in was definitely, had an impact of him not being able to stay. And we know that DeAndre Jordan coming off the bench, that was a situation, right? Jarrett Allen a little young at the time, Jarrett Allen's a good guy, man. I like Jarrett Allen, bro. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, man. Like, how can you hate this guy, right? He's a good dude, man. But yeah, man, I didn't think Kenny got a fair shake. Man, I know people try to, Kenny got, this, or he don't got this on his resume, man. He ain't win nothing. Okay. Kenny was let go too soon, man. I think he's more vocal than Borrego. I like vocal coaches. I think he's more vocal than Borrego, right? So he been around the block, right? He been around the block as a, he's respected as a assistant in this league, right? He been an assistant on a couple teams. He been under some known coaches, right? Like Mike D'Antoni, right? We all know that. With the Knicks, he been to the Eastern Conference Finals under Coach Bud, and he lost to us. that overrated Hawks team. I know Tom is in the chat. That overrated Hawks team, right? But but he been there, right? He's been to the Western Conference Final under Ty Lue for the first time in Clippers history, by the way. So he been to a Eastern Conference Finals and he been to a Western Conference Finals, right? So I just thought I'd throw that out there. And, I can even argue, right? I can argue and say, they would have won a championship that year, right? If Kawhi didn't get hurt. That's a what if, but come on now. They was on a run that was at 2021. They would have won a championship there, right? So Kenny could have, won with them over there, man. But he got a championship with that Warriors squad under Steve Kerr. And shout out to the guys, shout out to the Pull Up Show, man. Great interview they have with Coach Kerr. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. Shout out to Coach Kerr, but yeah, Kenny, he been around a lot of great basketball minds and legends, yo. A lot of great basketball minds. He got that Nets team to the playoffs, and D'Lo, like I think D'Lo only got one All Star, right? He got his only All Star under Kenny Atkinson. So the fact that Andre will say like he tried to say JB and Kenny are the same person, they're not the same person, man. Um, he did, bro. He did something with a Nets team. Like, look what he was working with, bro. D'Lo got his only All Star under Kenny Atkinson. Why did I repeat that? I'm just thinking, why is that important? Because he was able to get the most out of those guards over there, right? And I feel like with a more offensive minded guy like himself, right? I hope he can do the same for DG, Darius Garland, and push him, and even push Spider, right? I think Spider gonna be good on the Kenny Atkinson, right? We gotta wait and see, right? Um, MVP season, they was talking about MVP, man. I think Spider was top 7 in MVP before the injury, right? Hopefully, I'm hoping he's back in that conversation this season, man. I hope he win MVP. Shoot, but hopefully he able to get his All NBA honors like he should have got last season before he got hurt. But as far as Kenny go, man, I think Kenny is, like I said, is a good hire. He did turn down that Hornets job. Some people feel like, yo, why go to the Hornets when you could just stay on the Golden State, bench and get another championship, right? Or win a championship with the Golden State Warriors, man. But he turned that Hornets job down, and look, the Hornets is crazy right now. I know Michael Jordan is not there no more, right? So yeah, but like he honestly should have been a coach, right? He should have been got back into coaching. But I believe like everything happened for a reason. Like it let him here. Like right now is that reason. Like he's here now, and he turned down that job and he stayed on the assistant staff, and he got family, of course. You don't want to relook. Like he said, he loves San Francisco. He loved over there, right? He loved it over there. So he turned it down. I mean, I'd rather stay over there too than coach that Charlotte team. But he turned the Hornets job down, and like the Hornets job and the Pistons job, like I get the money, but like y'all can have it, yo. Like who like I would choose the Cavs over the Hornets and Pistons any day, yo. Like that's not even a question, man. Like they could drop all the money, but like they gonna drop the bag. Monty getting paid. They dropped the bag on Monty. Monty didn't want that job, yo. Monty never wanted that job, man. He didn't want to coach. And they fired Monty, right? And Borrego probably going to Detroit, right? Since he lost the job to Kenny Atkinson. But y'all can have them jobs, man. The Pistons and Hornets job, I think the more attractive job is the Cavaliers, right? So and Kenny Atkinson is here. Shout out to Kenny Atkinson, man. Um, hold on one second. He said, I don't even know what they talk. What they. Oh, y'all talking about Bron? I ain't about to get into that. Yeah. Y'all talking about Bron? I ain't getting into that, man. Um, he said liar. Yeah, Coach. I'm being an apologist for Coach Act. You sound crazy, bro. Like he don't have to coach, man. I'm just I'm acknowledging, his resume, man, and just saying, I, you say I'm an apologist for Act, man. Come on, man. Nah, but seriously though, man. I don't know if Jarrett Allen and Cass LeVert, I don't know if these two guys played the part, and bring them here. I doubt it, but I definitely feel like they had like a influence on it. Like if that makes sense to y'all, right? Like they had an influence. They had to have like an influence. Like they recognize, oh, he's familiar with this core. Like he's familiar with these guys, right? And I know that Allen trade rumors is still a thing, kinda, because we can get something like when it comes to Allen and Darius Garland, you could get something more for Jarrett Allen, right? And I know people is not sold on this, so I'm not even gonna bring his name up. But a Jarrett Allen trade will hold more weight than a Darius Garland trade, right? And his contract. right about now. But for me, I just have to go by what our GM and president, is saying, right? For now, like they said that they trying to run it back under a new coach, and now they have that new coach. So I'm more open about listening now and seeing what they do with this team. I still believe they got to add to this team. I still don't believe you can win with a 6-1 backcourt and 2 non-shooters. But let's just hope, at least with Kenny Atkinson, let's just hope that he can get Evan Mobley right. Maybe he can help with that. Maybe, man. I know he have history with other players that was improved their 3-point shooting, right? But let's see what happened, man. But let's move on, man. So let's move on from this real quick. So some people feel like this is a Dan Gilbert hire, right? And maybe he overruled the situation. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can only go by rumors and everything else. So a lot of people is saying that Dan Gilbert did this, blah blah blah. It was James Borrego. Like I get it, yo. I get it. James Borrego was the guy for weeks. I understand, right? And then all of a sudden you hear rumors. Now Kenny is now the guy. But let me play this real quick. Hold it down. Let me play this real quick. Give me 1 second. I know some people not really happy about that. I mean, it's nothing to be mad about, but I guess I get it. I don't know, but hold on.
And as Borrego interviewed, he sort of became the name that was out there. That was everywhere. It was Borrego, Borrego, Borrego. And last week on, I think it was Wednesday, we got the feeling it was going to be James Borrego. And then Kobe and the front office met with Dan Gilbert. And then suddenly Kenny Atkinson was back in the fold. And here we are today.
Why would suddenly Kenny Atkinson be back in the fold?
Because Dan Gilbert is the chairman and owner of the team, and he likes to pick the head coach. And that's not to say, and I want to be clear on this, because in the past he's gone rogue and done things that the front office was like, oh my God, what are we going to do now? I don't think this is that.
And we know who those guys are.
Yeah, it was like
Mr. Blatt.
Yeah, you can go all the way back to 2010, like the aggressive pursuit of Tom Izzo. That was all Dan. And then Tom turned him down, stayed at Michigan State, and Dan turned to his front office at the time and said, go get the best guy. And they got Byron Scott. And then in 2014, he flew across the ocean and went and found David Blatt, did that all on his own. And John Beilein went and they had all these.
Sat down in the living room, right?
Yeah, they had all these guys they were interviewing. They were all young, up and coming assistants. And then Dan's like, nope, John Beilein, that's our guy. And the front office said, oh, my God. And when he said David Blatt, that's our guy, they said, okay, well, we got to have someone in place to sweep up the pieces when this thing implodes. And they went and got Ty Lue.
That one worked.
And it worked. And then when he said, nope, John Beilein, that's our guy, they said, okay, well, we got to have someone to sweep up the pieces when this implodes. And it was Jamie Bickerstaff.
And that worked.
I don't.
So whoever's hiring the second guy, by God, they're nailing it, Jason.
But I don't put this in that category. This is, Kenny Atkinson is a logical candidate to be an NBA head coach. He has NBA prior head coaching experience. Like, this is not to that extreme. But I do believe that this was Dan wanting a certain guy, wanting a particular guy. And you can link it back to the Tom Izzo relationship with Tom and Kenny. And, I don't know that. I know that's out there. I have not been told that. I just want to be clear on that. But, hey, Cavs got their guy.
Man, and that's crazy because, Cavs fans. I was looking at this thing, man. I think this is I get credit, man. I ain't come up with this. I think Dollar Dog Nick, shout out to Dollar Dog Nick with the picture up talking about Kenny Atkinson and what was the conversation with Kobe Altman. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was kind of funny, man. Dan Gilbert said, "Dang, this guy good." That was funny, man. So yeah, shout out to I think it's Dollar Dog Nick that posted this, man. But Cavs fans was really sold on James Borrego being the coach. I mean, I thought he was gonna be the coach, from what we heard, right? I thought, right? Thought that's what we was heading to, man. But we was like it was nothing but positive things, on how he wowed the Cavs organization with his interview. He impressed such and such, right? That's what they were saying, right? And the David Blatt thing, okay, that was premature, getting him right, and we didn't know Braun was officially coming back, and the John B. Lion was probably one of the worst hires that Dan Gilbert made, right? So he definitely have a lot of bad hires, right? When it comes to those guys, right? Beeline was terrible, but they always had like an assistant coach to step in and play cleanup. That is true. Like that's crazy. They always had that coach. They, they always had that black coach to come in, JB and Tyronn Lue. They always had that assistant. But okay, let's say this though with Dan Gilbert. Let's just say as far as the Dan Gilbert thing go, right? Let's say Dan Gilbert did have the final say, which he did, right? He did have a say in this. I mean, he's the owner. Like, I would just assume him and Kobe just, agreed. Like, I guess they just say, okay, yeah, this the guy. They both agreed. But like, I don't really care. Like, who cares? I don't find it like too much of a big deal. I don't care because I'm cool with the hire. Like I said, like as long as it's these two guys who has a track record as a head coach and not the other, first time head coaches who are assistants, then I'm cool with whoever gets it. I'm cool with these final two if they're the final two. And it's no offense to the assistant coaches. Some of y'all was praising them, who y'all thought should get it. And yeah, that's cool. That's what y'all wanted. I wanted someone who was a little more proven, like been around great basketball minds and have, some type of success on their resume as far as maybe winning a championship, right? And which these guys has, right? And Kenny, as an assistant though, he do have one on his resume. And there's one assistant out there I would have been cool with. There is one. But I'm cool with the Kenny hire. I don't care about if Dan Gilbert, had a say on this. I mean, of course he had a say. I don't care, right? Unless it was a bad decision. But right now it seemed like a good decision. And I'm okay with it. It is what it is. I'm okay with it, man. So yeah. I have no problem with if Dan Gilbert say, and this is a Dan Gilbert hire. He probably liked it Kenny Atkinson over James Borrego. He probably did. Kobe Altman probably liked it James Borrego, and Dan Gilbert probably liked it Kenny Atkinson. But I don't know. Wasn't in the room. I can only assume and go by the rumors, right? But anyway, man. Now let me hear this. Let me hear what Wendy said on this one, man. He said something interesting. I mean, he always says something, right? That be like that have you like, okay. Hold on, let me play Wendy real quick. Hold up real quick.
My understanding of the events is that, a week or so ago that James Borrego was seen to be ahead, that his interviews were a little bit more in depth, and he had talked to Donovan Mitchell. Kenny Atkinson has talked to Donovan Mitchell too, by the way. Let me just say that, and that there was support behind Borrego. And then I think last Wednesday, don't hold me to the exact day, there was a meeting with Dan Gilbert. And after that, the Cavs were no longer leaning towards Borrego and were moving towards Atkinson. And by Friday, it was pretty clearly favoring Atkinson. And here we have the decision on Monday. So I think even Atkinson, from what I understand, was a little bit surprised by the fact that it turned back in his favor. My understanding of the events is that, a week or so ago that James Borrego was...
Yeah, so I mean, so the things I got from here, all this so far, from Dan Gilbert, and about the coaching hire, man. For one, Borrego had the momentum. We know he had the momentum, and then we hear the stuff about Dan. And of course, he has a say in this. He's gonna have a say in this. He's the owner. And then boom, Kenny gets the job. Who, by the way, was one of the first guys who was named to be the candidate after JB had got fired. He was definitely one of the names, right, that did appear. I don't know about James Borrego, but Kenny Atkinson was the first name I saw. He was the first name that I saw that they said, oh, he's could be a candidate for the job, right? So it makes sense for it just makes sense for Kenny Atkinson. If you're looking at the players he already coached and the relationship he already had with certain type of players that's on his roster already, man, it makes sense, man. And my thing is, we just gotta wait and see how this play out. I know he's got a system he running. He's run the motion offense. I know all that already. I've seen it already, and he like to get in the early set, right? Early set offense, but the defense, I don't know, it's question marks. I think for me, I have to have to wait and see, right? But I just hope that Evan Mobley could get to the next level under Kenny Atkinson, man, and develop a more consistent, shot. Hopefully, right? Now, Donovan, he said Donovan talked to both coaches. I thought that was interesting. Donovan Mitchell spoke to Borrego, right? And he spoke to Kenny Atkinson. He spoke to both coaches. Right. So, like, okay, so you don't have to take nothing from that. Like, okay, he spoke to both coaches. Okay, and so what, right? He's still under contract, so it don't really have to mean nothing big or major. He's the superstar, plays the best player on his team. He spoke to both coaches. So he did approve the hire from what it seemed like, right? He was cool with it. He was cool bringing Kenny Atkinson in. But we do know two things is about to take place. We have the NBA draft, which I believe is tomorrow, right? I think I said it's tomorrow. I think he confirmed it was tomorrow. The NBA draft is taking place, and then we also have the Donovan Mitchell extension. That's next. NBA draft, Donovan Mitchell extension. Man, we get that done, man. It's gonna break news right there, man. That's gonna be breaking news. But we finally did get a coach. I think that's a relief. We finally got a coach. I know some of y'all was anxious and ready to get a head coach in here. So we finally got Kenny Atkinson as the new Cavaliers head coach. But the Donovan thing, when we hear the announcement, that will be one of the biggest days, man. When it comes to this Cavs sport, it's gonna be one of them big days, man. Like, let's just let's just wait and see, man. I ain't gonna say too much about it, man. Let me play this last thing right here, then I'm done, yo. I'm done. Let me play this last thing. But that's going, man, I can't wait for Donovan, man, to extend. Yeah, that's going to break news. But hold up.
I'm Shams Charania with an AT&T 5G update. A month-long process, and they became sold with Kenny Atkinson as the head coach for this team moving forward. And from a player development perspective, from an offensive creativity perspective, they really honed in on Kenny Atkinson. James Borrego was also a finalist for this job. It was really neck and neck over the last few days, but they went with Kenny Atkinson. But at macro level, the macro view of this all is Donovan Mitchell's future. He did have a level of input as a partner to the Cavaliers as part of this search, and there is growing optimism and confidence within the Cavaliers that they will reach a new extension worth up to 4 years and $209 million with Mitchell. The front office, Mitchell's teammates, they've seen a level of commitment from Donovan Mitchell really throughout the last year or so. Last season, this summer, this offseason, they've seen a level of commitment in Mitchell with the Cavaliers that clearly shows that he views this as a partnership. Now Kenny Atkinson, as the head coach, he's going to have a lot on his plate, and it really starts with how to have Garland and Mitchell coexist and how can this team gel, because from a roster component, they get out of the first round, they get to the second round, they have some talent, but how can you continue to maximize that and have these guys all gel as a unit?
He said Mitchell for Tyler Hero, that go crazy. Mitchell for Tyler Hero go crazy, man.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Big worm breathe. Stall him out now.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Nah, I'm good, Wavy. I'm good on that, man. I'm good, man. Tyler Hero, man. Let him stay in Miami, man. You know, live that Miami life. He's doing great over there, man. Keep doing what you're doing, Tyler. But nah, as far as the Donovan Mitchell thing go, yeah, man. We're looking for that extension, man. I think Kenny Atkinson will push Darius. I hope so. I think he will. I think he is going to maximize these guys. I believe it. As for Donovan Mitchell, you know, I've been telling these haters, you know, they don't want to listen to me, but that's fine, bro. But the contract details, it looks like it's going to be 4 years and probably going to be, you know, 3 year in a play option type deal. And so, you know, reports is looking like it's a max contract for $209 million for 4 years. That's what it's looking like. So, we gotta wait and see, man. I mean, we already know what's about to happen, man. I can't wait, man. But y'all tune in. He said, yeah, that sounds crazy, man. That Tyler Hill trade go crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't even make that trade on 2K, man. Man, we gonna be in the negative, man. We gonna go from playoffs to not even to play with Tyler Hero, man. But nah. Shout out to Wavy though, man. But yeah, hopefully Donovan Mitchell signed the extension, man. It looks like that's going to be the deal. That's what they saying. And also, yeah, man. I think that's all, man. I think that's all, man. So Kenny Atkinson, welcome to the Cavaliers. I hope the best for him, man. When the system he do bring here, he's definitely going to be different for what JB does. Do not compare JB to Kenny Atkinson. That's crazy. Andre 76. That is crazy. And let's worry about, the NBA draft and getting Donovan extended, man. That's the main thing now, man. We got that out the way, man. But yeah, man. Before I go, man, do not forget to hit that like button for the channel, man. Make sure you push that like button.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
Push that like button, though, man. But shout out to everybody that was tuning in live, man, on all platforms, man. I gotta get ready to get up out of here, man. But I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, man. But shout out to you and you, man. But y'all already know it's still want to go. Let them know. Go Cavs.
To the Cavs and Cleveland since LeBron James. And when I say the best shooting guard in the league, I'm standing on that. He is Donovan Mitchell, Spider.
From Superman and Lois. I just want to give a shout out to your podcast, Tunensports.